I feel the need to respond to some of this. So I think Mrs. Lavender was questioning the 127 units we submitted by the applicant is his counteroffer to you. That's why we're here tonight. That's why we reopened the public hearing so that everybody could see it and comment on it and they usually decide. I think the housing issues, there are housing issues in the state. I think apartments are necessary. One of the things we talked about even is the fact that there are a lot of people in town who may want to move into these units. I've heard a lot of people say, I can't wait for them to be built. I live in town. I have a big house. I want to get out of it. I'm an empty nester. I'm hoping that that might help open up the real estate market a little bit. I mean, I know it's a future scenario, but right now you go on Zillow, I think there were like 3 houses on the market in Bristol. It's not good for the next generation of people. You need volunteer firemen. You need the people, the families to be here, and not everybody can afford a house. So renting is a good option for people. That market's somewhat closed as well. And I think the other thing is, in terms of the on-street parking and concern, that's why I support the proposal from the developer to reduce the parking so that he can accommodate the units in the parking lot and deed the parking lot to the town for public parking. I think the public parking is a huge piece of this. Without that, I do see that it would be an impact from the lack of public parking. So those are my.
Anybody else? Good point. Anyone else? Want to close the meeting? What? We're all right now? Close the,
I'll make the motion to close the public hearing if I can do that.
yeah?
You can still ask Andy and myself questions even though the public.
Okay, I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Anybody else from the board?
That's it.
Is that it from the board?
One more question for Diane. We had, I forgot to ask Mr. McCoy when he was up there, we had brought up last month or the month before about do the tenants get a parking spot included with their rent? They're not going to be charged extra for a parking spot on top of their rent. Has that been clarified? Because we've asked that a few times and we never get a definitive answer.
I think the answer is that they get a parking space outside as part of their rent. If they want to park indoors, they pay extra.
That's completely okay with me.
Okay, I mean, that's up to you or not, but that's the answer as I understand it.
Are we ready to vote?
Mr. Chairman, I want to make a motion that we vote to grant,
Can you, excuse me, can you vote to direct us to draft a written decision?
exactly.
So, rather.
Yeah, I would make a motion that we have the solicitor and Diane draft a findings of fact motion to grant master plan approval for this project.
I was just adding to that, you have to also make a recommendation to the town council, and you also have to, I don't want you to forget, you have to accept the extension request on the time.
21st of June.
Right, and also
So
to
recommend
to the town council to change the zone to comply with the development, and also to accept the extension of the time tag
to June.
to June 21st, 2022.
Can I,
So that was my motion.
And can we just clarify that that is, you're basing that on the plans that are submitted tonight?
That's right, on the latest submission
The
of
land
plans.
submission.
I just want to make sure we're going to take care of the things that we fought for the neighborhood, with the parking lot and street access, the walking access only from Pope Street, eliminating the entrance to the parking lot between houses, and then I know, was
Yeah,
this?
there were also specific things for preliminary. The
That's-
parking, a new
that's
parking
correct.
study
Yeah.
that will be peer reviewed, and the same thing about the impact study, a new environment,
And
a
the
new
deed.
economic impact study that will also be peer reviewed by the town, someone of the town's choosing at the applicant's expense as
And
well.
include the deed restrictions for the parking lots, if there's no, no construction to build,
Parking
multiple.
decks up buildings.
Yeah, all right, I'll with those additions, I'll second that motion. To direct the solicitor to prepare a findings of fact
And motion,
and, right.
No, or decision, findings of fact and decision.
And decision as part of, as the package has been presented.
We're gonna vote?
Motion in a second.
Can we do a roll call?
Roll call.
Who's gonna call me? I'll call. I guess I do the same as we do alphabetical.
Well, we're just, the chair should
All
go
right.
last.
The
Can't
chair
hear
should go
you.
last, so I'll start with Brian.
No.
Tony.
Aye.
Arnold. Steve.
No.
Kevin Tuxedo.
I hope nobody's got any rotten apples out there. I was born in this town 79 years ago, and I always had a lot of respect for it. But before I came down here, I had two things on my mind. Number one, if they go down 105, or they give us the parking lot. So they did give us the parking lot. So I think I'm gonna go along with the 127. So I vote yes.
There it is. Read it too.
Three to two. What's that? 3 to 2.
Yes, motion passes on the vote of 3 to 2. You want to take a 5-minute recess to allow people to leave
Yeah.
and let the next applicant?
Sure, good idea. We're gonna break for a 5-minute recess.